you know what's going on with the dollar today in the world, I'll be glad to explain this to you first, and then I want to talk to you about real estate and how you can avoid this decline in the dollar. If you've ever heard of BRICS, B-R-I-C-S, that stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And those countries compose 80% of the people in the world today. There are other countries considering getting into that, Saudi Arabia, even Mexico. And what they're looking to do is to get rid of using the dollar as the means of commodities exchange. To do that, they are going to have to find another currency, and they're aggressively looking at the Chinese yuan and possibly use it. But whatever they decide to use, they want it to be on some kind of standard, such as a gold standard, a silver standard, whatever. The US dollar is not, and is falling fast, and people don't want to use the dollar because you buy dollars now, and then 2 months later it's worth a lot less. Our government is just printing money left and right and devaluating, which is going to hurt us. Now, one thing I can tell you that to get rid of this problem, or to help you survive this problem, is to invest in real estate. If you considered buying a home today, for example, it may be, let's say, $300,000. You get a mortgage, start making payments. Your payments may be, I don't know, $2,000 a month for 30 years, and at the end of 30 years, the house is paid for, but it still stays at $2,000 no matter how weak the dollar gets. So you're beating inflation that way. If you're not doing it that way, then you need to invest in gold or silver. So I highly recommend you buy a house if you haven't already, and then you invest. Here's it. You get the interest off from your tax returns. You also get the value of the house going up. Several years ago, I bought my house and it was at a certain price. Then in 2008, when the market fell, it dropped down, and now the market's come back as well, the price that I paid for it. So that's a way to get value for your money and to take advantage of this falling dollar. And if you're not doing that, please take my recommendation and do it. Otherwise, you're going to be wishing you had as soon as you hear about this BRICS more and more. If you read about it, look it up and see what I'm talking about. You'll understand. Now, the reason that Saudi Arabia wants to get into it is the fact that their biggest income is oil, fossil fuels. And the United States, Biden and their people, they're wanting to get rid of fossil fuels and go to electric. So Saudi Arabia saying, if you're going to do that, why do we want to work with you and not buying our oil? You're not buying our oil, so why should we bother to mess with you and your safety net for us? The other thing is they saw what happened in Afghanistan, how Biden just pulled everybody out and left. So they're worried about, are you going to support me if a war comes, if Iran attacks them or somebody? They want to know if the United States is going to support them. Will they or will they not? They don't think so right now. The other thing that Saudi Arabia is concerned about is the fact that when you put money into electric, the green type thing, their values go down and the dollar goes down, so they're losing twice as much. So they are looking for another type of commodity, and they're strong enough to find whatever commodity they want to. They can buy enough gold and silver right now to control it and put in some kind of currency of their own that would do that. The interesting thing is Mexico's considered. Now, that's scary because Mexico is right on our borders, and they want to get away from the dollar, but they've got so much going on with cartels and drugs and wars going, but they can't afford to do anything right now. Anyway, if you buy a home, you will be much better protected. Your place in the world would be much better protected because you have the ability to let that value go up, and you beat inflation, and you get value of tax saving on the interest. You get 30-year mortgage, still stays the same over 30 years, which that means if you're paying $2,000 when 30 year comes, you're paying $2,000. Just think how much a cheap $2,000 is going to be during that time. So I'd strongly urge you to do that. And if you need any help, have any questions about buying real estate, please contact me. My name is Mike Honeycutt. You can call me at 864-415-4276, or you can email me at honeycutt, HONEYCUTTMIKE @gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you, and please make sure you understand what we're talking about. And I hope you'll subscribe and like my message. You can find me on YouTube, Living in Spartanburg. I've promoted several other videos, and I hope you'll take a look at it. Thank you.